Draper's cut and hurt, and Lemieux 5 and a game, and he's gone.
And now Darren McCarty gets his shots in at Claude Lemieux. Oh my goodness. You never know when to expect it, Darren McCarty said before.
If someone ever said to you in 10 seconds or less, explain the culture of hockey, go with this. Claude Lemieux, a do-anything-to-win kind of guy, hits Chris Draper from behind in a wild playoff series, breaks his face. Draper's team swears revenge. Lemieux knows that he's got to give him the chance, and Draper's best friend delivers payback. I miss anything there?
Pretty good.
Pretty well sums it up? So let's go back, because everyone has seen this. I mean, this is literally one of the most famous sequences in hockey history, right? So let's go back to the original hit. Playoffs, 1996, conference championship. What are you thinking as you approach Chris Draper?
Well, you know, what people don't know is the game before we had lost in Detroit. And the game prior to that, I was suspended
for hitting
because
Kozlov.
I had suckered Kozlov, which I wanted to sucker because he'd put Footy's face in the glass. And I told Footy when he was taken off the ice, I said, I'm going to get him back. And so, you know, you got to honor your word. And I got him back when I could. I got a game. So game 5, I was pretty quiet in Detroit, and I was worried. You know, they were watching me. And prior to game 6, which was the game of the hit, I remember having a conversation with our coach, Mark Crawford, and, you know, said, hey, you know, you got to go out there and you got to play the way you're going to play. And which means you're not going to turn tonight. You got to finish your hits. You got to play the game the way you can play. So, you know, not throwing blame on anybody. I'm a big boy, and I delivered the hit. But, you know, I was telling Darren, I was coming to a line change. I was coming to my bench. He's got the puck, and he's there, and all these things going through your mind.
Right.
I never, you know, I hit Chris Draper.
I'm watching that right there. Who is sitting right in front of that, Darren McCarty?
Me.
And what are you thinking?
I couldn't believe it. You know, I mean, I don't want to get too graphic.
No, you can be as graphic as you want.
I heard his face pop. And you know, I was right there, so you know, obviously, you know, like this.
He's your best friend, right?
Yeah.
You were his best man at his wedding?
Yeah.
So this is not just a teammate. Like
No,
this is personal,
this is
right?
like, yeah, this is like a brother.
Did you take
Even
that
more
personally?
So. Oh yeah. Yeah, and we didn't know how bad it was till after, but you know, I was the guy who carried around the pliers because he had his mouth wired shut for 8 weeks in case, you know, so when he started to eat, that, you know, he wouldn't throw up in his mouth and choke. So, yeah, we're pretty tight.
And you talked, I'm sure, with him about saying, you know, I'm gonna.
Never.
Never talked about it?
No.
You never talked to Chris Draper and said, buddy, I
think right after that happened, you know, whatever, I said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And that was we never talked about it.
So after game 3, you as you say, suckered Kozlov.
Yeah.
The Detroit team bus is leaving, right?
Yeah.
And Scotty Bowman opens the door, and what?
He challenged me. He started yapping, and I was walking out with my wife and my baby son, Brendan, and
What'd you do?
I couldn't believe it.
Here's the hit, right here.
Yeah.
There it is.
And that I met, and this was calculated, and I saw him as a perfect timing, and it hurts worse with the glove on too, trust me, because when Darren suckered me in the other event, he almost knocked me out. That's why, you know, people said turtle, but I had no chance.
Okay, but before we get to that night, one sec.
Yeah.
You actually went on the Detroit bus and challenged Scotty?
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, again, to me, what's on the ice stays on the ice, and if we don't draw the line, then when is it going to end? You can't live in peace in your own home. You're going to have people knocking down your wall.
Believe that too.
And it's got to stay on the ice. And I always had the utmost respect for Scotty Bowman. I went further. I challenged him on the bus. And the next day, it's a small world at McNichols Arena. We came face to face because I had a meeting with the NHL and over a conference call. I came out of Pierre Lacroix's office, and there was Scotty, and there was nobody but Scotty and I face to face, the small hallway. And I said, "You want to yap? Now this is the time.
Right.
There's just you and I." And obviously, I would never take advantage of an older person, but you know, he walked away, and it was a good
be
move.
honest with me, Darren McCarty. Would you have enjoyed watching Claude Lemieux and Scotty Bowman duke it out?
No.
No?
No.
Everyone who plays for Scotty wanted to see him get his ass
not
kicked.
Not me, man. I
really?
loved him. He made my career, and
So were you on the bus, by the way?
I don't think I was.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say that would have been.
But there were a
pretty
lot of
interesting.
guys that stood up real quickly, and
Yeah.
it
It was, from what I heard, it was really quick.
Yeah.
So the brawl, we'll get to it in a second. Let's go to break beforehand. But the brawl, which, as you say, people accused you of turtling, but you say that you were hurt. And then the next season at the face-off, face-to-face. Should we talk about that?
Sure.
All right, I'm good. Well, I was talking about it anyway.
All right.
When we return. This is awesome.
this will be a big show for you.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoons at 5.